It's Friday evening at Nick's garage. Most other places are closed. Nick's been working hard all week, putting together dreams for his many, many clients. Nick has been putting in extra hours working on all kinds of beautiful things. And tonight, in the dyno room, he's got one of the most desired engines of all time. A 1966 426 Hemi.
Here we are on a Friday night, late Friday night here with 426 Hemi that belongs to Greg here from Windsor, Ontario. And we're hoping to get 550 horsepower because he's on his way back to Windsor, Ontario tomorrow morning. So we're going to do some testing tonight so we can pack it up in his truck and on the way home. Last time we were working on this Hemi, we had issues with the push rods because I couldn't find the exact length. So I had some cheapy ones there that were soft metal. Had them, we made some tests, didn't make the power I was looking for, nowhere near 500. So I just got them, we installed them, we adjusted them, and we're ready to make a test right now. We also had an issue with the oil pump because of the, it wasn't machined correctly. So as I went to prime the engine, like I do with every other Mopar engine, my shaft was going up and down and wobbly. So you figure that this cannot be done by a bent shaft or anything. So we had to change the two gears in the oil pump, put it in, done it, primed it. Perfect. So now we have that fixed. We got the push rods in place. So that's done. And right now it's here. It's all assembled and we're ready to test it. It's only 7 o'clock for now. So we're going to start testing it because my client Greg is here from Windsor, Ontario. Came all the way from Windsor to pick up his engine tonight. So of course I left it on the dyno. I want to do some testing in front of him and see how it goes. Greg, what do you say?
Let's do it.
Let's hope we see if we can get that 550 number. We made some tests, and that's our goal. We want to see it on paper, and let's get started. My most common question on YouTube: what's that green button?
I know the one you always.
Yeah, I floor it, it stays stable, and then when I press it, let's go the RPM. It's like setting up the clutch. That's what it is.
Greg wants to run a single 4-barrel with vacuum secondaries, so that's just the way Nick has got the engine set up on the dyno.
Okay, here we go. Starting at 3,800 and going all the way to 6,300. I don't think so, but here.
I think I saw 508.
508. You know what? I have to richen it up. It's ran lean. I saw it on my air fuel ratio.
Guys, just screwing down the boulevard at 6,000?
Yeah, this is 6,300.
Incredible.
I'm gonna have to recheck the carburetor and run pretty lean. So we're gonna put it into bigger jets right now. We're gonna go up maybe a couple of numbers. 2 steps. lads. Here's a brand new carburetor.
Nick's been in the shop for over 12 hours today. He does that often. But when he's working on a Chrysler big block, he always seems to find the energy.
Imagine that, eh? Driving an old 8-body Barracuda to work with a Hemi. Not bad. What's the price of fuel in Windsor, Ontario?
Expensive.
Here it's $1.51 in Quebec.
We're about $1.30 right now.
Oh yeah?
Like that.
Lucky you, man.
Yeah. Lucky us.
Jets, Nick moves the timing a couple of degrees. The air-fuel ratio looks better, but he's still getting some hesitation on acceleration.
Because I don't want you driving and then you went, when you're cruising, you know? See, at a certain RPM, just before the secondaries open up, it starts to backfire and hesitate. This is what I'm trying to cure. Okay, where's number one? There it is. Let's try one thing at a time, and then we might have to check the gaps in the plugs. I might have to go smaller. Want to take one thing at a time?
Troubleshooting, eh?
Yeah. This goes on the other side. Let's make a test to weigh this. Are you ready? Okay. Let's try it.
Greg's old wires had low mileage on them, but they'd been sitting around a while. The new ones have smoothed the Hemi right out.
There we go. Bingo. 553, 46, 6,200 RPM. I knew it, just like my engine, 61, 6,200 RPM. There it is. Bingo, 553, 46. You did it. Yeah, and I'm immediately timing where I have it at 34. Wow. Good, good. And a bit of water temperature. 178, 180. All right? Yeah.
All the pieces have finally come together, and the daily driver Hemi is making 553.6 horsepower and 519.6 torque.
Look at that nice yeah. It's beautiful. Okay.
Very streetable.
Yeah.
Right?
At the end of a very long day, Nick is happy to have reached his customer's goal and completed another build. There's even time for a quick slice of pizza and a couple of hours sleep before he's back at the shop, ready to get back to work on another customer's dream.
My friend Tyler's 68 Dart. We did the Wellwood conversion, big brake kit, electricals for the engine, and my whole civil stuff.
Tyler's old blue Dart has been in the family for generations, but it's a whole lot faster now than when Grandpa was driving it, since Tyler's been bringing it to the shop. It rained overnight, and there are still a few sprinkles this morning. But Greg isn't taking any chances, so he's wrapping up his Hemi really well before driving it back to Windsor.
Another one done. One of 29 inches at the moment. So we're halfway through. We're doing pretty good. This one went well last night. We got our goal, the horsepower plus 550, and now it's on its way home to Windsor, Ontario. Pleasure, man. You guys, everything goes good.
Enjoy it. You have a sick ride, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Nick.
Bye, you guys. Have a good trip back.
Nick's shop has a lot more room than the basement of his parents' house, where he took apart his first Mopar. But there's still only so much room, and he's got to juggle the cars so he can keep on top of the jobs.
Nice for a change. We don't have to push it. Now let's get the Super B out. Super B 6-pack. You know, if it would stop raining, I'll take it for a nice drive. Get kicked with the 6-pack open. Oh, it's a joy ride. Unfortunately, today we cannot do it. Here we go. Let's start her up.
Among the many cars to keep moving today is Nick's brother's quarter-mile Duster. Nick has spent many hours under this car, and his brother George has made some very quick trips down the track in the driver's seat. Today, Nick has to get the car prepared and into its trailer for an upcoming event outside the city.
For 2018, here we go. We gotta check the transmission oil, check all the fluid levels. My brother George is gonna take it to the racetrack tomorrow. If everything goes well, I won't hear it. But if we have any issues, I'm gonna hear about it. So let's hope it goes good.
It's been a long, hard week at Nick's garage. but he's been able to keep the client's muscle cars moving out and take care of his family's race cars at the same time. But before he can call it a day, there's one more car that needs a final test drive before Nick's customer comes to pick it up.
Here we are finally with our 1970 Volvo 164. I finally got it tuned with these carburetors, and it took me a while. It was a challenge. We finally got it running. Then we had to redo the tank again. We had to get it cleaned out twice to make sure it was super clean, because that was an issue with the rust that we had filling up in the gas filter. So anyways, we got that done. We got fuel pressure, we got everything done. Carburetors are running, and here, let me get it started. There we are. It's running on its own. Could be a nice ride. Let's go. And for you folks, yes, I left the logo on the grill like it should be. We're gonna fix it up a little bit better than that. Yes, it is original. We're gonna leave it on there. And now we're gonna take it for a drive. Sylvia, let's me down. I want to make sure it doesn't stall on me. And let's see if it brings me back. Here we go. Finally. We finally got it running. Wow, what a miracle. Look at this. We don't have a Jeep in front of us pulling us. The car's running on its own, and finally we got the carburetors tuned. But anyways, we got them finally done. We cleaned out the tank, checked everything out. Then after that, we had a water pump issue. We had one rebuilt. I installed it. It started leaking a little bit. Took it back out. Got it repaired. Here we go. And that's finally fixed. And my goal is now to see if we can drive it and see if it brings us back to the shop. And you know, I don't usually work with any imports at all, but in this issue, I took it for a client of mine because I felt sorry for him, and everybody refused to work on this 1970 Volvo. Then I said, you know what, I'll take a chance at it. I tried to fix it, I did my best. I've learned a few things from a few viewers here on YouTube, and I finally put the whole package together. I finally got this car running, and as you can see, it's on its own. It idles, it picks up speed, it shifts, it stops. We've done it all. We worked with the cooling system, the brake system, handbrake works, the steering is okay, we greased the front end, we replaced the fuel lines, we took out the gas tank, cleaned it out, and look at that. And now I can ask my customer, Sean, to take it home and drive it just like his grandparents did.
It is a rare and fortunate car owner who can maintain and drive the car that their parents once owned, let alone a grandparent's car, as is the case with this old Volvo 164. So a car guy like Nick had to help Sean get his family heirloom back safely on the road.
That's incredible. There's so much, it's incredible.
It's just the kind of dream come true that they make every day at Nick's garage.